From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. First carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, a 22. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure on quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at #1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the 2nd round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
And he stopped immediately there. It's a linebacker, Manti Te'o, on the stop.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first carry for the rookie. It's Darius Geis. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 5.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the interception, Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Wiggles free. And he'll be out right at the 35. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, the spin. Finding some room at midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. To throw, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Breeze going to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 60 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 36.
On the ground, Geis, and he'll get nothing out of that one. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Leopard! Gone!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Mayfield on play action. Going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield showing why he was the #1 overall pick. He's got the Browns on the move, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Gone!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Get set.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a play fake. Breeze. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring it down for a loss of 7.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So we come upon halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And
the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third and long, it's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mayfield on first down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Geis with the carry on second down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd down, Mayfield. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Past the 20. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him?
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On the handoff, it's Geis. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Breeze now on 1st down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Carl Davis able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Over.
On play action, it's Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Play action, Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. T.J. Carey right there in coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that in the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 37. They begin this drive with Chubb, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Detroit!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Breeze. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They run it again with Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments, and right now I think this team needs to open things up. Here's Geis across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much. And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. One final try here for Breeze. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
A give. This is Chubb. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final.